Hey, what's up? Dilio coming to you live, and in this video, I'm going to talk about a few pros and a few cons about the Montage M6. I've been playing with it for a little while, and I've just started to really sort of chew on what the keyboard can does. It has a lot of sounds. Don't ask me how many sounds it has. It has a ton of sounds. It has really nice control features. The big knob, the touch strips, the modulation and pitch bend wheel feel amazing. The key bed feels amazing. And that goes to one of the great things I like about this board is that it has really good sounds all the way around. With its three synthesizer engines from the AW2 to the AN1X is okay to me, and the FMX engine, which I thought was really cool because Yamaha includes their original OG DX7 technology. I say DX7 even though they had more keyboards than the DX7, but that original engine in this board sounds really cool. It just really just takes me back to nostalgia. And the interesting thing about it was that I wanted the original like presets on there. Maybe I haven't dug enough because I couldn't find the original presets, even though they do have derivatives of the original sounds in there. But I was able to convert a system exclusive file and put those files on that board. Sounds just like an OG unit. And then you can add a little bit of effects, and the effects in here sound really good. I was able to add those effects and have a lot of fun. So really, you do get a lot of keyboard. You get a lot of sounds. It's a lot to explore, and it's going to take time to explore. It's like you really have to, in my opinion, you have to actually put down something you're doing to take time out to explore this thing. So if you got a busy schedule, you work a 9 to 5, and you don't really have a lot of, and you really have to milk the hours at the end of your day, you really got to sit down with this board and explore it because there's like a lot of stuff in there. And then sometimes I'm trying to learn how to do controls and things like that, which brings me to the sort of the cons I have with this board. It because it's so advanced, so it has so much going on. There could be a little bit of a learning curve with it. There can be, if you're used to how things moved, because they've redone everything. If you're used to how a motif runs, and remember they came out with a bunch of motifs. Like this is their second rendition of the Montage. So they had the original Montage, and then they got the sort of MODX, and then MODX Plus, and then you got the Montage and the Montage M. The way that things are arranged on there is different, so it's almost like you're starting over from scratch as far as learning how the structure of it works. It does preserve a little bit of the original 8-element voices that were on the original motif series, but to go from program, the combination, the sequence, and song, now it's sort of a different way, so you have to really learn how to do that. So for example, like we have performances and then live sets, right? And it took me a little bit of time to wrap my head around it because I just want a preset. I just want to play a preset. Well, you don't. All the presets that are in the keyboard are under performances, right? These performances contains the presets that you want to play. So if you want to clear, if you just want to, let me try to break it down. And that's part of the learning curve. So let's say I just want to play a piano, right? I have to make sure that my performance contains that patch preset, or they call part, for that piano. And but then some presets have more than one part in it. Nope. Let me back that up. Okay. Let's go from the larger thing. So the keyboard has this thing called live sets. And live sets are a collection of performances. Okay, so you got live sets, performances, and then I like to use the language patch because that's what I've been using for all these. Like, what patch do you load? They call it parts. And each patch has 8 elements in it. So you got live sets, you got the performances in the sets, and then you get parts in these performances, and these parts are the same thing as presets. That was really confusing to me because what if I just want a Rhodes sound? well, you have to select that sound and then make sure that your performance doesn't have anything else on it. Right? Because these performances are collections of these presets. That's how you can do layers. So that in itself makes it very easy to layer. But when you're first diving into the keyboard, it's like, wait, what? So for a classic example, you want to layer a piano and a string where you have to create a clear performance. And they have initialized performances, which definitely helps because I want to start from scratch. I don't want to work from a preset. You can come up with a clear performance, do the preset, then, well, clear the performance, do initialize it, and then load that patch that you want, piano. And then on the additional part, you could add another layer of something like a string on that performance. Now you have a performance of this piano and these strings. And now you can combine those together to play them at the same time, do keyboard splits and all that stuff. So there's a lot of flexibility, you know, and that's sort of the another con, and that's the sequencer. And the sequencer only runs on the sounds that you have within a performance. And a performance is a group of patches or presets inside of that. And a live set is a collection of performances. And these live sets, so think of a live set as like your set list for a show. You got song A, B, C, and D. So which presets do you need for that? Not only that, this is where it gets deep. Inside of your performances, you have scenes. So let's say scene 1, inside of the performance, you want the pianos turned up. Scene 2, inside of that performance, you want the strings to be up. And normally if you're gigging live, you want to reach for that fader and then turn one up and turn one down. But the second one is, but the scene is you could just instantly hit what you want on there. Learning curve. Sequencer, I'm not too happy about. It's going to take some time for me to wrap my head around it because it's so different from my DAW MPC experiences that it's a learning curve. So but man, it sounds good. If I were to say where it lacks is the A1X engine. I think I still need some more time with it, but that's the thing about analog synthesizers. It's like out the box when you turn them on, they sound fat, they sound huge. And the A1X, in my opinion, takes some time to go from clinically cloned Yamaha digital to warm analog. Like in comparison to the Juno-X, like it's, but what makes up for it is the sample based sounds in there that sound good. So yeah, so that's my review, or at least my updated review of the Montage. There's still a lot to digest with this board. It's absolutely huge. It's absolutely an insane thing, and it took some time because I've had this board for a while, and it took some time to really get into it, to digest it. But I think now it's time to open the book that is the Yamaha Montage and really sink my teeth into it. So that's my review so far of the Montage platform. Definitely going to be doing this some more. There's a lot to talk about with this board.